Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington. A Day in the District is a program designed to help you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. Here on our show, it is always an honor to welcome our community partners who help make the district rock. My guest today fall in that category. I am pleased to welcome my friend and colleague, Tracy Lewis of Can I Community Advocates of Northern Indiana, and she has brought along a special guest with her. Myesha and Tracy, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. We're so pleased to be here always.
Well, I
Thank you.
have been chomping at the bit to get you here. It is always my mission to get guests on the show that make sense, that have a connection to the district or are in search of a connection to the district. And Can I certainly has a strong connection. So we will start this conversation, Tracy, with you explaining what is Can I?
Can I is a community health organization. We like to call ourselves, Chelsea, healthy and humble disruptors.
I love it.
We work with compassion and justice to bring wellness to our community. We serve Lake and Porter County, and we're working on behalf of Black and Brown people in those counties.
Formerly, was it?
Formerly, we were Lake County Minority Health Coalition.
See, some may
Yes,
remember
thank
that,
you,
my
sir.
old school
Absolutely,
watchers, and
absolutely.
so they won't think, oh,
Yeah.
it just went away. No, you rebranded and reinvented.
That's exactly right. Yes, we looked out and said, as much as this region needs a coalition, we need advocates.
I love it.
And so we come alongside to help. As you know, Can I is the acronym from Community Advocates of Northern Indiana, and our website is Can I Help?
Yes.
Because we look to come alongside and help.
Well, you have definitely been helping in the community, and I will tell you two things. The first is when you described the mission of your organization, you talked about wellness. And
Yes.
here in the Gary Community School Corporation, we are focused on the whole child. You know, a lot of times they just say academics, academics, very important. But before you can even log on, crack open a book, there's that wellness factor of the child. Did you get a good meal? Did you get a good night's sleep? Did you get to school safely? And so we are always looking for partners to help us ensure that our children have the resources, the information, the education to make them successful in school. That was the first thing I wanted to tell you. The second thing is more so about the partnerships that you are looking to build and how I first got introduced to your organization. It was around cessation and the stopping of smoking, which back in the day,
COVID.
that was all we had to worry about, right?
Right, right.
Now it's like, put that down and put that down and don't do this and don't vape that, don't smell that. But
Absolutely.
you're still here and you're still doing it. And Myesha, I haven't forgotten about you. It's just that Can I
Yes.
does so much. So can I ask you to continue?
Absolutely. So, along those lines, when you talked about students and wellness, you know, as community health, we address public health issues by connecting our community members to resources in the community. And one of those resources, when we look at health as an expanded definition, it's physical, to your point, it's mental, it's emotional, it's social, it's spiritual.
Yes.
And with the spiritual care aspect, we have a new program that's been going about a year now called Cure of Souls Churches. And the Cure of Souls program makes the church a real front door for mental health care.
And that's where all our kids are.
Come on now.
We can find our children in the church.
Exactly right. And let me say this, whether they're in the church or not, this creates an avenue for students to access this care.
Yes.
Either way. And so with that, I want to introduce one of our partners, student, becoming friend, who's engaged in it, and this is Minister Myesha Jones.
Hi, Minister
you.
Myesha
Hi,
Jones.
Chelsea.
Can I just call attention 1 second to your inspirational shirt when you came on set? Don't let
Yes.
anyone ever dull your sparkle.
Ever.
And you have a sparkling personality, which makes you
you.
so appropriate for this program. Talk about your experience so far.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It is an
Sure.
honor to be here with you and as well as Minister Tracy. Thank you so much. The program has been phenomenal. It has been life-changing. It has been soul curing. As it's called, Cure for Souls, it's actually curing souls, even in leadership. And so our job is to come in and get training and understanding with the mental health component, just being a listening ear for people, dealing with things as leaders as ourselves so we can be more healthy and presentable to the people who need a listening ear, because sometimes it's more than just prayer. Sometimes
Yes.
we need an additional component, listening ears. We need to be able to understand traumas, why people do the things they do, and how to respond to that in an appropriate way to keep them coming back. And so in Cure for Souls, it is giving language to everything that was missing. And I'm so honored to be a part of it. And I can't wait for it to get into every church globally,
Yes.
so that we can have a healthy church, which gives a healthy home,
Which
healthy
is
communities,
a healthy community,
That's
yes.
it.
healthy communities, healthy states, healthy nations.
Oh,
And
Minister
so
Myesha.
this is what we're looking to do.
I just hope, I'm sitting here thinking of our person who oversees our wellness programs and mental wellness and mindfulness throughout the district, Robin Sizemore. Shout out to Robin. I hope she's watching this because she has made mental health a household word and routine in the district, if you will. Right down to the
Wonderful.
buses. You'll love this, Tracy. They do mindfulness exercises on the bus to
Oh,
get
I
Oh,
do
centered
love
The
it.
before we
breathing.
even
Yes,
enter
shout
the-
out to you, Robin.
Shout out. Thank
and the
you.
Wonderful.
district, we have leaders who embrace this.
Yes.
And now we have
Wonderful.
parents who have said, my child is so much more calm, centered,
That's
focused,
it.
ready to learn. And you all have other programs, which we're going to be talking about through the course of this show, that add to it. And I smile so much because I want my viewers to know we have help. Can I Help is one of those
Love it.
organizations that are here for our students. Before we get out of here for our first segment, I can't believe it has gone by so quickly. Tracy, are there volunteer opportunities? And if so, how do they find that? And then we'll jump into all the programs when we come back.
All right, yes, absolutely. We love our volunteers. We need this. We can't do this work on our own. So please reach out to us. We are canihelp.org.in. That's our website, 219-885-9755 is our phone number.
I love it. And for the record, Can I is located right here in Gary, Indiana, off 8th Avenue in the Veterans Building, a beautiful
839
Veterans Village.
Massachusetts.
Yes.
839 Massachusetts Street.
Yes.
You are watching A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington, helping to keep you connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. When we come back, we're going to talk more about community advocates of Northern Indiana. Stay right there.
When you join the Army, the first thing they teach you is how to get in line. Not exactly the same in high school. When I enrolled in Westside Leadership Academy and joined ROTC, the first thing I learned was respect. Not just for God and country, but for myself.
Gary Schools, strong, resilient, built for education.
I said I'd never join. Thought living on sub would be too hard.
I figured only the weatherman track storms.
I said my job wouldn't matter.
Never knew how strong I was. I never thought this would be my commute.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown.
Or be the one who stops an attack. Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is.
Welcome back to A Day in the District, and I'm still your host, Chelsea Whittington. A Day in the District is a program designed to help you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. We're chatting with my friends, my girls, ministers, Tracy Lewis and Minister Myesha Eminem. I love that we are having this conversation about the whole child, about community advocates of Northern Indiana, and how you have skillfully, masterfully inserted yourselves into the mission of the Gary Community School Corporation. And we welcome that. I will share with you that there's this awful rumor out there about our doors of the schools being closed to activities and volunteerism and visitors.
No.
Pshaw, not the case. And before we leave the Cure of Souls program that we've been talking about, you wanted to talk a little bit more about that. Then we have a list of activities coming through the schools.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again, Chelsea. So when Minister Myesha mentioned Cure of Souls for Family, I just wanted to make sure that your viewers know that you don't have to belong to a church.
Okay.
You don't have to be a member of a church. If young folks would like, or if parents would like to make referrals, that would happen out of either the office that we have there at 839 Broadway, or we can come on site. We've got a lot of flexibility. So we want to embrace family and bring this mental, emotional, social wellness to everyone.
We meet you where you are, essentially.
We meet you where you are, absolutely.
I love it.
Thank
now,
you.
Trace, how
Yes.
long have you been with the organization? You've been around these parts a minute.
I've been here a minute, since 2016 as community advocates, but with Lake County Minority Health Coalition, there were 5 years before that, and I've been in this work for a while. It's my passion, it's my call.
It shows.
Absolutely.
And am I chatting with Gary girls and Gary school
Come on,
graduates?
Come on.
Well, you got to shout your schools
Come
out.
on, Horseman.
Horseman.
School, we are mighty
Here we
proud.
go.
Anyway.
And what about you, Myesha?
Don't shoot me down. I'm a Maryville girl.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm a
That's the
Maryville
new
girl.
region.
I'm right up the
It's-
street. I'm right up the
exactly.
street.
Yes.
Maryville
Exactly
High
right.
School graduate.
All
so,
right,
Proud
pirates.
Come on,
All right.
Pirates.
You know
Yes.
what? When we talk about children, we really want. We don't care where they're from. We want them to
Yes.
get what they need to be successful. But I always give opportunities so that when those who are watching the show are able to see and admire those who have been reared right here in this community, come back, give back, and make an impact. That rhymed. Right here in Gary, Indiana. So Tracy, we are embarking on some programs in the Gary Community School Corporation. In fact, you're fresh off some meetings in the district today. So where do you want to start?
Absolutely, Chelsea. I'd love to begin with Empowered. That's our new program.
Okay.
Empowered is a program where we're working towards wellness, fitness. We deal with cooking as well as self-care.
Oh, wow.
And so with that, it's a 9-week program. We come in and we have these sessions. They're no more than an hour, and the first third of it deals with cooking. And with that, every tool that we talk about that participants would need, we offer them pressure cookers, tablets, just any and every kind of tool you would need.
Empowering them.
Empowering
I get it,
them.
I get
Thank
it.
you. And then that next third deals with fitness. We know that fitness impacts mood. We know that food impacts mood. And so all of these are ways to work towards that wellness with the mental and emotional social health. And then the last third of it is all about self-care. We know that teachers and students really need to begin to have firm strategies on how to care for themselves.
So do you have instructors like Myesha to come in to assist, and are parents welcome? Is it just for how does it work? Because I'm already like looking at my calendar like I'm going to be popping in on some of these sessions.
I love it. It is now, we're offering it to teachers. We're working now with Dr. Banks
Yes,
over
Beveridge.
at Beveridge, which is also my elementary school. So I
What
was
a full
sober
circle.
clapped when I
love
talked
it.
to her.
I love it.
Yes, they're doing such great things with their calming rooms and things like that. And so she said, we would love to have these opportunities to offer self-care for the teachers as well as the students.
Yes.
And so if there was request from parents, we'd love to offer it for parents as well. We could perhaps do something in the evening. We have a lot of flexibility, and we're going throughout the county always, as you know, saying, how can we help? Can I
help?
Because
I
our
love it.
IG handle is Can I Cares.
Oh.
And so
I love how you did that. Can I?
Well,
IG,
you know.
follow us. That's right.
Follow us on IG. But yes, we
Yeah,
love to.
so empowered. Now, Myesha, I know that you have given the overview of your program, but I can't leave you out of the conversation. So when we were talking about empowered, and then we talked about your shirt, never letting anybody ever dull your sparkle, my mind drifted back to the days of the latchkey kid, right? And a latchkey child is one where you have to let yourself in after school, and I'm thinking about the skills that they may, those who still may have to let themselves in, if they're learning these skills, the cooking, the fitness, I think that that too contributes to the whole child, or the parent is seeing it and then the child is mimicking it. And I'm just asking you, Myesha, to weigh in on it, to keep you in the conversation, and Tracy to add to that.
I just wanted to say, so we would be with the mental, emotional, social piece.
Okay.
Asking Myesha, Minister Myesha, and others that are part of our Cure of Souls to come in and really guide that with the listening room.
So you're
And
not
so
off the hook?
Oh, no. We met, 2 days
Yeah,
ago?
just 2 days
And
ago.
I said,
Are you serious?
Once they're finished, we're wanting to plug her in everywhere.
2
So
days.
if you can kind of talk about, yep, right.
I would
Chelsea,
say 2
could you believe-
decades easy. Okay, wow.
I mean, we met to talk about
Oh,
more.
2
We've
days
been
ago.
working
Okay.
together. I'm
All
sorry.
right. Well, your
Yeah, we've been
connection
working
is
together for a
evident,
while.
and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, Cure of Souls, empowering, empowerment. Go ahead. You can interject.
Well, what we want to do is be able to be a part of a space where people, like I said before, can come in and listen. But to your point with the self-care, that is a huge component, because that's what I do. I love to see people being healed from the inside out. And if you don't know how to self-care for yourself, how can you self-care for anyone else?
Absolutely.
And so tools and tips will be used to be able to show, well, what can I do to create a safe space for me? And what type of extra things will help me mentally, emotionally, and socially.
I love it. And that program is going to kick off Friday, December 22nd at Beveridge Elementary School, 1234 Cleveland Street, right here in beautiful Gary, Indiana. Dr. Banks, I will definitely be in touch with you and co-principal Naomi Kinsey to talk more about how we can elevate and amplify the message that's going to happen in the magic at Beveridge Elementary and beyond. You're watching A Day in the District. We still have more show to cover, so stay right there. We'll be right back with our representatives from Community Advocates of Northern Indiana. Don't you move.
Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life.
It's gross. I don't really want to talk about it. She didn't want to at first, but I mean, it's no big deal. Everybody does it.
I was ready, totally ready, because we had been practicing this dance for weeks.
He was supposed to take this girl to this dance, but
I sprained my ankle at track practice.
I hate sharing anything personal. It's so disgusting. For the dance, I let her wear my shoes and she hated it, but I thought she looked great in them.
he could barely even walk.
I ended up taking some pills for my pain.
Yeah, they were my mom's, but
it didn't go well.
If it's not yours,
If it's not yours,
if it's not yours,
Hey you,
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it. You won't believe what happened next.
Welcome back to the final segment of A Day in the District. I can't believe it's gone by so fast.
I know.
But I'm going to jump right back in. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington, and I'm chatting with Tracy and Myesha about Community Advocates of Northern Indiana. And you still have more programs to cover, ma'am. But there's two things or two words I always think about, you know, how we have to talk to our children all the time about things that they need to just quit. And the different tobacco products and other offerings are out there, and we didn't have, I'll say I didn't have internet and cell phones back in the day where and social media where things were just so readily at your fingertips, and you had to like know somebody or hear somebody or watch somebody. But now the challenges are greater when we talk about getting to the children at even younger ages to say, this isn't good for you. And your community conversations and your Fit Kid programs that we're going to talk about help that intervention. Go.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chelsea. It is true that our young folks are being bombarded with these terrible messages, and so what we do is come into the school system and hold community conversations. We had one, and it was called the Science of Smoking. And what the Science of Smoking does is teach folks what smoking does to you physically, the harms, emotionally, what's going on chemically in your brain, as well as what it's doing to the environment. And so when we come in, we want to make sure that the kids are heard, they can ask their questions, but we're bringing in experts like Dr. Janet Seabrook.
Hey, Dr. Seabrook, who's coming up on this show soon.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And Councilwoman Lori Latham came to talk about the environmental aspect.
That's my green buddy.
Come on
green
now.
Buddy.
She's ferocious with it.
Yes.
And I love that she really is so passionate, as they all are. And Merrim Health also came and joined us for that community conversation. But we want to have these at each one of the schools so that all of our young folks are able to understand what's going on with that and make a different decision.
I tell you what we'll do. I know there will be some parent, because I go to events all the time, and parents say, "Oh, but Chelsea, we have to work. I'm working." Keep us in the loop of the schedule so that we can record and go live, so that parents near and far and community members who want their children in the Gary schools can watch and see what we're doing and get that information as well. Promise?
For sure. Promise.
Okay.
Promise.
You're on. So the community conversations, what other programs do we want to make sure people know about?
Fit Kids. It's another fitness, but it really teaches how everyday tasks like doing your chores when you're vacuuming or you're doing the lawn, and how that converts into fitness and ways that you can just own taking care of your body physically. And then it also deals with eating right for kids to kind of know, once you get the large fry as
and
opposed to
the
the regular fry.
Don't get me started on the hot
Takis and what have you.
Yes.
So if you want to have your Takis, we're going to do a trade-off. Make sure you have 2 servings of broccoli.
Yes.
If you want to have your ice cream, which I admit I do too much, but make sure you have your equal servings of spinach or whatever it is.
But you know what the two of you are saying wasn't necessarily drilled into us growing up.
Not at all.
Oh, you just baby fat. Oh, you're so cute.
Fat. Yeah.
And
big boned.
You big boned it. You'll grow out of it, or we'll just get you the husky size. Trust me. And I'm not speaking from what I've heard. I'm speaking from what I know.
Yes.
And so the earlier you embrace the self-care, the fitness, it becomes a lifestyle. Would you agree, Minister Myesha?
I totally agree.
Yes.
And I think it's just so necessary for the younger kids. So it becomes a habit, not just a habit, but a lifestyle.
And they see it. And sometimes the teaching is in reverse.
Yes.
When we come home and say, "Mommy, I want celery," and they're like, "What? I had the Takis out for you."
Yes,
you know?
yes.
So
Can train
the
the
learning
parents
can
too.
go both ways.
ways.
And recently I had our representatives from our food service on the show.
Oh,
And
nice.
so this is all in balance to what they are saying. And that's why these partnerships are so important. Fit Kids, so what do? Do they get to exercise? What does the program entail?
They get to exercise probably 80%. Of Fit Kids is the exercise, so that it's very interactive. It gives kids this chance to blow off some steam as well, while they're in the class. And so the information is being shared, but it's fun. So at the end, you know us, we incentivize everything.
Gotta have the incentives.
Yes.
I do 20 jumping jacks. What do I get?
Yes, I love that you're saying that, because that's what the kids will do with us sometimes. And so we have over each one of those youth advisors.
Okay.
Quick funny story. So we go into the school, we're doing the Fit Kids, we got our youth advisors. They get to the end and I'm saying, what are the incentives you'd like? Now, being the auntie that I am, the mom that I am, the woman who loves ice cream that I am, I said we could do Dairy Queen cards. We could do, I'm listening, all this food.
Right.
And they said, we just spent 6 weeks learning about how we should have.
Yes, how to
I said, oh my
eat.
goodness.
That's right.
Yeah, so they said, can we get basketballs? Can we get
Oh,
jump
that
ropes?
makes
Can
all
we
the
get,
sense in the
and I
world.
thought,
Taught them
and a
well.
child shall lead
And
them,
a child
right?
shall lead them.
So,
Amen.
so the kids have some say-so
Okay.
over what they want to have as
Now,
gifts.
is this going to be in all the schools? Or when does it start? What are the deets?
Please
So we're
contact
talking.
us.
Okay, we're talking to the principals
We're
now.
talking to the principals and saying and we have already had so many great partners: Beveridge Williams, Banneker at
And
one
Bailey,
point,
okay.
and Bailey.
Okay.
So any additional schools?
I got you.
We'd love
I'm
to have them
excited.
join
So
us.
principals, administration, just look for a kind email from me to remind them of all these different partnerships and opportunities. We're almost out of time, Trace. You had one more.
Doula.
Doula.
We have a doula. So in this county, unfortunately, we have a very high infant mortality and maternal mortality rate. And so a doula comes in and works with mom, comes alongside to help ensure that her birth plan is carried out, speaks on her behalf to doctors and what have you, and that is proven, evidence-based, to reduce those numbers.
Awesome.
So we have a doula free of charge. Most often, if you have a doula, it's about $1,200.
Oh, my.
But this comes to you because we are supported by dollars from State Department of Health, Indiana Minority Health Coalition, and so this comes as something that is also free.
Tracy, Myesha, it has been my honor to talk to you about all of the programs that Community Advocates of Northern Indiana has to offer. Make sure that you share this video. Make sure that you go to the website, canihelp.in.org.
Flip that,
canihelp.org.in. We will make sure that we put that on our website. I want to thank you all so much for watching A Day in the District. I've been your host, Chelsea Whittington, and we'll see you next time. WSTG